Hey YouTube family, welcome back to the channel. My name is Motors and today we're working on my wife's 2018 Toyota Tacoma. We decided to put a light bar up on the Prinsu rack, and we've kind of been looking around for a bit, and she wanted something that was two-tone, and we didn't really want to spend $1 billion because a lot of them cost about that much. So we found something on Amazon that we'll try out and see how well it works. So let me show you what I got. Okay, so here is the 38-inch light bar that we chose. Just something real basic off of Amazon. No major brand name or anything. But we're just going to give it a shot and let you guys know if it's any good, if it's worth the trouble installing and that. You know, it comes, of course, with all the wiring and relays. I'm not real excited about this switch here, so we're going to change that out at some point. It comes with a remote. Not 100% sure why you would want that. I guess you could change that when you're not in the vehicle. I'm going to use my terminal removal keys to get the terminal taken apart so it'll be easier to run the wire through the firewall. Had to get a few extra screws to mount the Prinsu rack because the stuff that came with the light bar is pretty generic and it wouldn't fit properly. So we're going to get this thing started. My wife's out here to help me out, and we'll let you know how it goes. Alright, so here's the Prinsu rack we installed a few months ago. We got it with the I think 40-inch cutout for a light bar, and I located a 38-inch light bar because a lot of the folks that I've seen have ended up having to cut that section there for mount brackets and things like that, and I really didn't want to do that, so we'll work with this one and see how well it works out. First thing we need to do is take off this wind deflector because it's going to mount in that track right there. At least that's the plan anyway, so we'll get these screws removed on both sides and go from there. So after lots of trial and error, we were able to get it mounted up. We ended up mounting it on the bracket here instead of the original bracket that we were going to put it on the wind deflector, but that made the light sit too far forward, so we didn't want it back there. Had to use the mounting bracket upside down, which did not allow me to use both of these mount areas. So as you'll see later in the video, I had to create a different support bracket. So let's move on. It's up there. Okay, so we are ready to push the wires through the firewall. This connection needs to go to the firewall, but I don't want to make the hole that big. So I'm going to take these wires out of this connector. I've taken several photos with my phone just to make sure that I put them right back in the exact same spot, and the easy way to do that is to have an assortment of these clip removal keys, so just kind of find the right one that works. So this one looks like it just needs a flat one, something like this, and if I look in there I can see which side has the clip on the back side. So I will just push that in there and hold that clip down and pull that wire out, just like that. And we'll do all 4 of these. Make sure I get that in there on that clip. Just comes right out. Couple more. That one looks a little narrower. Let's find a smaller one. Back side, pull it out. So we'll save that, and once we get these 4 wires through, we'll put it back on. Good to go. Alright, so to better support this light bar to keep it from tilting downwards while off-road or hitting some crazy bumps, I'm having to make my own secondary bracket. That'll help give it the additional support that it needs. Since we had to mount this in a unusual manner, we're making a bracket for it, so I'll show you how I do it. Basically just using a standard bracket that I found at the local hardware store. Going to trim the edge of it and enlarge a couple of holes to accept the screws. We'll screw it down to this board here, and we will drill the holes. So screw the piece to a piece of wood, drill the holes with a step bit, and then we're going to trim the back edge of that off. Alright, so there's the completed bracket next to a new one, so you can see the difference. So we will mount this up. And just like that, we have a custom bracket. Alright, well, it's been a few weeks. We've been pretty busy, but we finally had a chance to get out and test this light bar on top of the Tacoma. So we've just came south of town. It's not quite pitch black out, but it's dark enough that we can get a good idea of how much light these lights will cast. So we're going to turn on the amber lights first, and then turn on the white full bar. Yeah, that's not too bad. Quite a bit of light, big light difference. It's nice and bright white. Turn off the yellows, ambers. Yeah, all right. And then turn the light bar off completely. Okay, so that's just the regular headlights and the fog lights. Okay, so this is headlights and fog lights, and we have amber bulbs in the fog lights. So turn off the headlights. Okay, everything's off. Turn on the amber light bar, and then the white lights on the light bar. Yeah, looks great. Plenty of light. So I think this is a decent value. We don't do a whole lot of off-roading with this vehicle yet. We're always in the Jeep. I can't stay out of the Jeep, but adding this light will make a huge difference when we get out on the trail with this vehicle. So that's what she looks like with the light bar only on. All right, turn your headlights on. And then the headlights. All right, that's the amber only up top. Not bad. All right, you guys, we got it installed. Along with the 4 or 5 different shirts I wore in this video, it's up there, it works, it casts a good amount of light out on the trail. You don't have to spend $1 million just to cast some light, but I will let you know if this thing fails. So, hey guys, if you like what you're seeing, click and subscribe. Tell your friends about me, and we'll keep this thing going. We'll see you next time.